Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Juan Karlo Licudine, and I'm here to talk about my talk entitled "Using WordPress comment section as a CNC for fun." Before we start, I just want to talk about what a CNC is. For those who don't know, a CNC is command and control. This is a computer controlled by an attacker, which is used to send commands to systems that are compromised by malware. And this is also the place wherein they receive the stolen data from a target. If you would look at the diagram right here on the right, we have our command and control server. This can be any computer, it can be a server, it can be anything. And this is what we use as our communications channel so that the bot master or the attacker can communicate to the bots that are located anywhere in the world. CNC can also be referred to as C2 and CNC. Okay. But first, a little bit about myself. My name is Juan Karlo Licudine, and I currently work as a cybersecurity engineer. Prior to switching to cybersecurity, I was actually a programmer slash game developer for the last 10 plus years. And during my free time, what I do is I make cybersecurity tools for defensive and offensive operations. So the reason why all of this started is one of my recent projects is a remote access tool or a RAT. And if you don't know what this is a program that is installed on a computer and it allows an external user to access it from outside the network. This one has a lot of legitimate uses, but it is also used by threat actors for malware and those and for external access. And when I made this tool right here, what I did was I used the traditional approach to CNC, which is what I showed you a while ago. I have a server, and then this is the server that serves as the communications channel for the bots and the bot master. But just last year, I came across this talk, this RootCon talk from Sir Ian and Sir Renson. And the talk is titled Pursuing Evasive Custom Command and Control. You could watch that on YouTube on the link right here. And one of the topics that they talked about is that threat actors are now moving away from the traditional approach of CNC, and they are now looking for different and novel ideas to use as CNCs. And for example, for the past 5 years, we have seen malicious actors trying to use social media services and public services like Instagram, Telegram, and a whole lot more of services. Like, for example, if you would look here on the right, in Britney Spears' Instagram page, wherein a lot of people are leaving their comments, you can use that as a cover wherein you could slip in a hidden message so that only the bot and the bot master will understand the communication. Others also use Telegram, wherein a Telegram client is installed by the malware on the target machine, and then from there, it is the Telegram client is used to communicate with the bot master. So they are using this as an encrypted tunnel. And others, like this one, for example, is a little more blatant. This one is using Twitter. As you could see, the commands are just out in the open and they just don't care. DDoS, IP address, stop, visit this URL, and so on. And as you could see that there has been a lot of experimentation in custom CNCs, and people are always trying to look for a different communications channel. And this really interested me. And I wondered, okay, I wonder what other services that I can come up with that can be used as a CNC server. So I've thought about it, and I realized, how about WordPress? If you don't know, WordPress is a blogging CMS or a content management system that is used so that you could be able to easily post your blogs, and for other people to use the comment section so that you could be able to share information. This one is used everywhere, well, almost, but it is very prevalent. Um, and there are even websites that you don't, there are even websites that are not blogs that use WordPress. And that's because WordPress is a very, very powerful platform. And the reason why I wanted to use WordPress is because I have a lot of um, experience with the platform, especially when during my early days as a web developer. It also helps that WordPress is open source, and I know from experience that one of the things that WordPress has is that you can leave a comment anonymously, meaning you don't have to create an account. As long as you post a comment, you provide a name, and you provide an email, even though it's not a valid email, WordPress would accept that comment. And I this is when an idea popped into my head. Okay, so the idea goes like this. Imagine we have a target blog, and this blog is, let's say, a sports blog. The bot master, would post a comment on that blog in the form of a spam comment. We want to hide it. We don't want to just post the command like info. We're just gonna hide it a bit, and we're gonna put on some random spam comment, and then at the very end, that's the time that we're in. We will put the command, like this contains command from master to boss. This can be info command or exfiltrate command or shutdown command, whatever. So as soon as that comment gets posted on the blog, the bots, on the other hand, would then continuously monitor. They would continuously watch the comment section and try to see if the master posted a message for them. And they would go through each comment, and then when they see it, they would parse the command. Very simple. So from here, you could see that this is the beginning of the idea wherein we would be using the WordPress blog as the communication channel. The bot master posts a comment, the bots wait for the comment, and then the bots can post their own comments. The bots can then process that comment. So you could have a two-way communication, and you're using the WordPress blog as your channel. Now, this is very good, and I really like the idea, but the problem is everyone hates spam. Everyone. um, if you're going to be using a WordPress blog as your communications channel, you will be accumulating lots of spam, or you're going to be adding lots of spam that the owner of the blogs will be able to see. And when they see lots of spam comments, of course, you have to expect that what they'll do is that they would try to look for ways to stop the further spam from coming in. And some of them would do this by turning on auto moderation. Auto moderation is wherein a comment is automatically sent to a moderation queue for review. If it's in the moderation queue, it would not appear on the blog, not unless the blog owner approves it. So that means if auto moderation queue is turned on, if we post a comment, others or the bots won't be able to see it, because of course the blog owner won't approve that because it's spam, right? So that is the downside of this initial idea. Notice it's initial. Um, because for this idea to work, a blog needs to be unmoderated. And one other problem is that moderation is turned on by default. That means if you download WordPress right now, the option for auto moderation is automatically turned on, and no user would in the right mind would turn this off. So with this idea, it would be really hard for you to look for blogs that are unmoderated. So the answer now is, okay, I don't want to stop right here. This is just a small downside. So I figured, okay, what if I try to look for another way to use WordPress as a C&C server? So what I did was I researched a bit more and I tested it a bit more, and I learned that if a blog has auto moderation turned on, and when you post a comment and it is held for moderation, a unique preview link will be generated. Something like this. It would redirect you to this link, and it would show you the comment that you posted. So this is the comment that you posted, and there's also a message right here saying your comment is awaiting moderation. This is a preview, yada yada yada. Now, what's great about this preview link is that as long as you have this link, you could see this comment that you've made. You can even share it to other people, have them visit this link, and they could be able to see the comment that you posted. Diba? That's an idea right there. But the problem is that the preview link will expire in 10 minutes. So there is an expiration time wherein this preview will be accessible. When that time expires, if you visit this link again, nothing will happen, or it will show you just a page without the comment. Okay, so with that laid out, I kind of got the idea. Okay, I think I have an idea on how we could use this going forward. Here's the problem. The bot master would send the command to the blog or a comment to the blog, and the comment gets auto-moderated. A preview link will be generated, which we could see here at the bottom. And if we want the bots to view the comment that the bot master posted, we also need to have this link right here. But since only the bot master sees it, the bots can't be able to see it. That's the dilemma. So how will the bots know the preview URL of the command? The answer? We generate the preview link ourselves. So if the bot generates the same preview link that the bot master receives, then that means the bots can be able to see the comments that was posted. Okay, but how can we do that? Well, we need to understand how WordPress creates the preview link. Thankfully, WordPress is open source. That means it gave me a way for me to understand how it works. So a little bit of information is that this is the preview link. And we have two important parts in this preview link. The first part here in blue is the URL of the blog. This is the permalink of the post. And you have these two highlighted data, which is the unapproved and moderation hash. The unapproved index is very simple. This is the number assigned to the comment while it is in moderation queue. So if you post a comment, you would be assigned a certain number. For example, you got a 2369. If you post another comment immediately after the first one, you would get this number would increase and it would be 2370 and so on. Okay. The reason why this is important is because we want to be able to get the unapproved index of our bot master. How about the moderation hash? This is a unique hash, ND5 hash that is generated with the following formula. As long as you know the date and time the comment was posted, along with the WP auth key and the WP auth salt, you can get the moderation hash. Okay, I'll explain this a bit more. So for now, let's try to get the unapproved index. Imagine the bot master posts a comment. The bot master would then receive a preview link. And for example, he gets an unapproved index of 2369. Immediately after that, the bot would then post its own comment. It can be anything. The bot will then receive a preview link, which is 2370. It's immediately after, because we know that we've posted immediately after the bot master. That means, how can we get this number right here? Well, we could assume that since our comment is 2370, the bot master's comment would have an unapproved index less than 2370. We can just brute force that. We could visit 2365, 2366, 2367, 2368, and then 2369. And then we have the unapproved index of our bot master. Okay, one down, one more to go. How about the moderation hash? I've mentioned that there is a formula, and we know when the date, we can find out when the date and time the comment will be posted. The problem is the WP auth key and the WP auth salt. This is a problem because this is found inside a configuration file called wp-config.php, and this is only accessible to the owner of the website or the owner of the blog. So if you want to find out what this is, if you want to compute the moderation hash, you need to get these two items. One option is to hack it. But of course, for me, I don't want that to be an option. So that is off the table. Okay, so that's the problem. We want to get the moderation hash, but we don't have these two information. How can we get the moderation hash without hacking the website? The answer is to get the moderation hash. And the way for us to do that is that instead of computing for the hash, what if the bot would post a comment at the same time as the master? Let me explain. If the bots and the master posts at exactly 12:20, and you have to keep in mind the seconds are discarded. So even if you post at 12:20:00 or 12:20:15, all of them will get the same moderation hash. Because remember, the formula is the date and time the comment was posted. So what you will do is just post at the same time. Okay, so to make it clear how this works, let's go to a brief diagram. Let us say currently, our current time is 12:11. We could set that the bot master will always post a comment every 10 minutes. Why 10 minutes? Is because we want the bots or everyone to understand, we want to have a schedule on when the bot master will be posting. If we have a schedule, the bots can be able to look in advance and try to wait for when the bot master will post. For example, it's currently 12:11, and the bot master knows that the next time window is 12:20. Again, every 10 minutes, 12:10, 12:20, 12:30, and so on. The bot master will prepare the message, and on the other hand, the bots would prepare to receive the message, and they know also that the time window is 12:20. So both the bot master and the bot will wait for the 12:20. 12:20 comes along a few seconds later, and then the bot master would send a message with the command right here, and then the bot master will receive a preview link. 1 second after that, the bot would also send a message. And because they posted on the same time, again, the seconds are disregarded, 12:20, they would have the same moderation hash, CD and so on, CD and so on for the bot master. The only difference is that the bot master who posted first gets 2369 and the bot who's posted second gets 2370. Now, we now know what the moderation hash is. We just need to get the unapproved index. And that's very simple. We're just gonna brute force it. We're just gonna send an HTML request for this URL. Of course, since there is no 2367, it will return a 404. 2368, again, 404. And then finally, 2369, it's the same preview link as the bot master. That means the message, the response would be 200 or okay. That means we have finally found the message. So there you have it. This is how the bot master and the bot can be able to communicate. Every time someone posts a comment, the other party would just then try to generate the preview link that the other party received. And from here, we could have a back and forth communication between the bot master and the bots. Okay, so if you haven't wrapped your head around all of that explanation, let's have a live demo, shall we? Okay, before that, let me first show you how the comment section works very fast. Here is a blog with a comment section. If I post a comment, say hello world, notice that this is my current URL. If I post a comment, I would then be redirected to the preview URL. We would see that we have the moderation hash right here. I hope you guys can see that, and the unapproved index right here. And from here, this is the comment that we posted. This is the message that tells us that it is awaiting moderation. If we try to visit the same hello world post without the preview URL, let's try visiting that, you would see that you can't see the comment. On the other hand, if we would go to the WP admin, the administrator page, we could see that, hey, hello there. This is the comment that we posted, but it is currently in the moderation queue. That means it's not yet approved. All right. With that first step, let me show you the POC or the proof of concept code that I created to show you how this works. Now, first on the upper left would be the server. This is the bot master client. And here on the upper right and the lower right would be the clients or the bots. What would happen here is I'm gonna run them, all of them at the same time. And then I can, from the server, I can send commands. For example, I'll type info. This means the server would tell the client, send me an information about the machines wherein you are running from. And since this is just a test, they will just generate a random string of letters and numbers just to say, okay, that this is the data, and the client would then send that same data back to the server. Once that has been generated and once the back and forth has been done, the data that the server has received will appear here on the lower left. These are the exfiltrated data. Okay, so I explained that because it's just gonna happen really quick, okay? So let me make it verbose on this, I don't know, let's run it. The server will run, waiting for a command from me. I'll run the client as well and the second client as well. And if I type info, it will send an info command to the clients. And then the client would wait for the next time window. And at the same time, they will be posting the same comment for them to get the same moderation hash. So it's gonna take a bit of a while because again, we're waiting on a time window. So that's one of the downsides with this approach. But you can change the code so that you can have a lower waiting time in between. Let me check if in the admin page if we could see if there are any new posts. Okay, so yes, there are. This is the post that we made, hello world, and as you could see, there are now new comments that are posted. Let me see. Why is it not working? Sending info command. Huh. All right. Let me try again. Let me try again. Let me try again. Okay. That's fine. This is just a POC. This is not yet a usable tool. Let me make it verbose as well as for this one and for this one. It's going to be rather noisy, but that's fine. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be sending info command and it's going to wait. Okay. So as you could see, it's brute forcing and it's trying to see if the client has sent a message to the bot master. But since the clients did not send anything, it just stops. For now, we are waiting 0.7 minutes for the bot masters to send its info command. 0.7 minutes. Okay, there you go. We could see that the info, that the command was posted, and we got the preview link right here. If we would go back, if we would open the preview link, we would see, oh, there you go. This is the comment posted by the bot master, and you would see that this is the command that we wanted to that we wanted the bots to see. If we go here, you would see that all of the information are still in the moderation queue. But as you can see, 1,900 comments. Don't worry. I've been testing it a lot, so I've accumulated a lot of spam comments. But going back, all right. Actually, it's already done. The info was sent to the client. The client received the info command and then sent the data. And the data is here, right here. I mentioned this is exfiltrated data, and these are just random data that the client 1 and client 2 sent. If we would look at the admin section, let me see, what was the message? P5 and 6G. P5, there you go. Oh, P5, there you go. So this is the same comment wherein the client 1 posted onto the server. And as you could see, the server or the bot master was able to get that data. Okay, so with all of the text that are here, it's really hard to, it might be a little too confusing. And that is why I explained it before I showed the live demo. But the only thing that you need to know is that they are using the comment section, and they are sending the commands like this one, info, and then they receive that command, and then after a while, the client would then send the data. So right now it's just a randomly generated string, but in the future, what it can have is, let's say for example, you want to send all the host info, then you could have a longer message right here. And from here, you could see that the POC actually works. Hopefully, that has intrigued you in some way. I'm just going to stop all of them. Otherwise, they're going to be accumulating a lot of spam comments. All right. Okay. So hopefully, I was able to show how the process works. If you want to know more about the technical details, you could visit this link for the project right here. Now, my explanation is a bit simplified. There are still a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes that for this whole thing to work. So if you're interested in this, feel free to check out this demo link or this project link here on GitHub. Okay, lastly, what I'll do is there is another way to be able to send message, and I'm just gonna touch this I'm just gonna touch on this a little bit. One other thing that I found is that when a comment has already been posted before, a message is shown saying duplicate comment detected. So that means if you post hello and you post hello again, this would appear. Makes sense. And I realized that we can also use this as a way to acknowledge if a message has been received. Here's an example. Botmaster sent a command a while ago. Now the bot needs to send the exfiltrated data back to the botmaster. Along with the message, there will be an identifier. For example, ABC123. It will post that message. The botmaster will parse that message. It will receive the exfiltrated data, and then it would post a comment again. This time it would say ABC123 received. It will post that. Next thing that will happen is that the bot would post that same message again, ABC123 received, and because the bot master already posted that same message, that exact same message, the warning message wherein duplicate comment detected will appear. This means we can confirm that the bot master received the comment that you sent. If not, that means the bot master did not receive it, and the bot can resend the exfiltrated data again. Okay? So that is also one way of doing this, and it is also found in the POC project link that I sent. All right, technical details are simplified and so on. I've already mentioned that. So there you have it. You have seen the POC in action. Hopefully I was able to properly explain how it works, how it uses the WordPress blog as a communications channel. So the question now is, how feasible is this approach? In terms of scalability, how feasible this is this. If there are more bots that are communicating using the same channel, that would mean that would be a problem because the blog owner would then be bombarded with lots and lots of comments. The answer to this is, well, excuse me. The answer to this is that maybe you could use a pool of different blogs and you could assign a specific blog for each bot. That means you have spread you could spread the traffic to different blogs. That is one of the alternatives that you could do. How about detectability? Can a defender be able to detect this kind of C&C? We can use auto moderation to our advantage. Remember, because the comment gets posted, gets sent to the auto moderation queue, if a defender decides to visit that same link, the only thing they'll see is that no comments, because there are no comments, because the comments or the messages that we used for exfiltrating is in the moderation queue. Only the owner of the blog can see that, and we can further hide our actions or hide our data by obfuscating the data even more. How do we able to stop this? It can be stopped with anti-spam plugins, unfortunately. I tried my best, tried to look for a way to circumvent anti-spam. Well, that is why there's an industry as to circumventing anti-spam plugins, because a lot of spammers want to try to look for a solution to that. So, and this is the same problem that we have. If a blog is using an anti-spam plugins, just look for a different blog. There are lots and lots of blogs that aren't using plugins. Just look for a mom and pop blog and then you're fine. Another way to stop this is that if WordPress devs change how the preview link generation works. The great thing about the WordPress developers are um, they're always very sensitive about um, these kinds of problems, so that if this is reported, then they might change it. They've already done it in the past. They've already changed how the preview link generation works. That means they might do it again. But it's okay, because the reason why I created this is that I just wanted to explore how to use WordPress as a viable option for a C&C server. As a summary, we have seen how it works. Hopefully, I was able to properly show and explain how the technical details. We know that it has a lot of upsides, which is a lot of blogs can be used as a channel, because even if they are auto-moderated, it's fine. We can circumvent that. There will be no cost for the attacker because we are using the server that other people are using. No signups, no accounts, because you can post anonymously. The downsides, however, is the delays. I mentioned a while ago that you have to wait for specific time slots. Sometimes this isn't a problem, but there are also timing issues. For example, what if the server replies really, really slow? That means your timing, which is this approach is highly dependent on. If the timing is broken, it won't work properly. So that is one of the downsides of this approach. Okay, so I think that's it. I do hope I was able to inspire a lot of you to with my project. This is the WordPress C2 project. Again, if you want to learn more, feel free to visit these links right here. I'm also available at Accidental Rebel, and as always, hack the planet.